Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the online English classes. In previous class, we started a new chapter from your book Moment. Chapter 5, Happy Prince, and written by Oscar Wilde. Before we forward to the chapter, we just recall the chapter. Chapter 5, Happy Prince. The title of the story is Happy Prince, but in actuality is that the prince is not happy. The story is about a prince who used to be happy when he was alive. However, he is very sad, but he is placed atop column as a statue. The prince was happy only when he knew nothing of life outside of his palace. Obviously, he was a prince. Only after he died and became a statue, he learned of the people suffering and the difference between the rich and the poor. He now tried to find the happiness by sacrificing himself for the happiness of others. Real happiness lies in having a true heart. The statue of the happy prince covered with gold. It had sapphire in it, its eyes, and ruby on its sword hilt. The statue of the happy prince looked beautiful, and everyone in the city loved to see their prince. Now the prince was able to witness all the sorrows and suffering people faced in their daily life. A little swallow who had alighted between the feet of the happy prince to spend the night there. That time the drop of water fall from. After then he looked up and saw the eyes of the happy prince full of tears. Now the birds looked pity on the prince and became ready to assist him. After then the happy prince told the swallow that there lived a woman far away. She was embroidering flowers on the satin gown of the queen. In bed, her little boy suffering from fever. The happy prince asked the swallow to pick the ruby from his sword's hilt, with that to the woman, but swallow said that his friend had gone to Egypt. The prince requested him to stay one night. Now let's continue the class. The swallow picked out the great ruby from the prince's swords and flew away with it in the beak over the roofs of the town. Now here, finally, the swallow took out the ruby stone from the happy prince's swords, and the bird took the ruby in its beak and flew over to the town. He passed by the cathedral tower, where the white marbles and angels were sculptured. He passed by the palace and heard the sound of dancing. A beautiful girl came out on the balcony with her lovers. Here cathedral means church. Tower, that means tall circular building forming part of church. Marble, that means white stone. As this swallow was on its way to the poor woman's house, it passed the cathedral. Cathedral is a church, and on the church tower, white colored marble angels were sculptured. Then he reached the palace. He crossed the palace and he could hear the sound of dancing from inside the palace. I hope my dress will be ready in time for the state ball. She said, I have ordered flowers to be embroidered on it, but the seamstresses are so lazy. When this swallow was crossing over the palace, a girl came out on the balcony along with her lovers. She was hoping that the gown which she had given to the seamstress for embroidering would be ready on time. She was taking about the same gown on which that lady was doing embroidering to whom the bird had to give the ruby stone. He passed over the river and saw the lantern hanging on the mast of the ship. At last he came to the poor woman's house and looked in. The boy was tossing feverishly on his bed, and the mother had fallen asleep. She was so tired, he hoped and laid the great ruby on the table inside the woman's thimble. Then he flew gently around the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. How cool I feel, said the boy. I must be getting better. And he sank into a delicious slumber. Now here what the meaning of feverishly? That means fever. Tossing, that means turning left and right. Thimble, that means a metal or plastic cap with a closed end worn to protect the finger and push the needle in swing. Slumber, that means slip. Sank, that means drawn, but here it means the boy is going to sleep or went into. Now here, when the swallow flew over the river, ships also came along the way. Cathedrals were hanging on their sails. Finally, the swallow reached the woman's house. The boy was suffering from fever, and for that reason, he was not able to go to sleep. So he was turning left and right on his bed. And his mother was very tired due to working for long and had fallen asleep. After then, the swallow put the ruby stone on the table near the thimble. After keeping the ruby stone on the table, the swallow went near the boy as his mother was sleeping and no one was taking care of him. It shook its wings near him, because of which the boy could feel the cool air and felt better. The boy felt that he was getting better and went to sleep. With this, we can make out that the swallow was a kind of hearted bird. Then the swallow flew back to the happy prince and told him what he had done. It is curious, he remarked, but I feel quite warm now, although it is so cold. That is because you have done a good action, said the prince. And the little swallow began to think, and then fell asleep. Thinking always made him sleepy. Now here, what's the meaning of quite warm? That means quite fine. Now the swallow flew back and went to the statue of Happy Prince and told him what all he had done. Now the bird felt warm. It says that it was very strange, that it was feeling little warm, even though the weather was very cold. The prince said that it was feeling warm because it had a good deed and it helped someone. But after listening to Happy Prince, the swallow started thinking. And when he started thinking, he felt sleepy because whenever he thought, he used to feel sleepy. When day broke, he flew down to the river and had a bath. "Tonight I go to Egypt," said the swallow, and he was in high spirit at the prospect. He visited all the monuments and sat a long time on top of the church steeple. Now, what's the meaning of prospect? That means thought of something. Next morning, the swallow bird went to the river and took a bath and thought that night he would reach Egypt. He was very happy. So the swallow bird visited all the monuments of the city. And finally, he went and sat on the high tower of the church. When the moon rose, he flew back to the Happy Prince. "Have you any commissions for Egypt?" he cried. "I am just starting." Commissions, that means business. When it was night and the moon rose in the sky, the swallow went to the Happy Prince and sought permission to leave for Egypt. "Swallow, swallow, little swallow," said the prince, "will you stay with me one night longer?" "I am waited for in Egypt," answered the swallow. Now waited for means expected. Now again Happy Prince requested swallow to stay with him for one more night, and swallow replied that he needed to go to Egypt because his friends were waiting for him. "Swallow, swallow, little swallow," said the prince, "far away across the city I see a young man in a garret. He is leaning over the desk covered with papers, and in a glass by which side there is a bunch of withered violets. His hair is brown and crisp, and his lips are red as a pomegranate. And he was large and dreamy eyes. He is trying to finish to play a play for the director of the theater, but he is too cold and to write any more. There is no fire in the grate, and hunger has made him faint." Now what's the meaning of garret? Garret means some dark room at the top of the house. Withered means worn out. Violet, that means kind of flower. Pomegranate, you know very well, is a fruit. Now here the Happy Prince is telling the swallow about the second work. He said that far away across the city, I could see in a small dark room at the top of the house, a young man is sitting. He was sitting on a desk on which the papers were spread all over, and he was trying to work hard. He had a glass lying near him in which withered flowers were lying. Further, the happy prince gave a description of that boy. He said that his hair were brown and crisp, which that he hadn't take bath for a long time. His lips were red like a pomegranate, and he had big army eyes. That means that boy was very ambitious and hard working. Further, the happy prince said that this boy need to finish write a play. He was a writer and he had to give to play to the director after writing. But he didn't have strength to write anymore. Why? Because he was feeling very cold. The boy had no money, so that why there was no fire in his fireplace, and he was very hungry, also due to which he was feeling very weak. I will wait with you one night longer, said the swallow, who really had a good heart. He asked if he could take another ruby to the young playwright. Alas, I have no ruby now, said the prince. My eyes are all that I have left. They are made of rare sapphires, which were brought out of India 1,000 years ago. He ordered the swallow to pick out one of them and take it to the playwright. He will sell it to the jewelers and buy firewood and finish his play, he said. Playwright means author of play. Now the swallow understood what Happy Prince was trying to tell him. He knew that Happy Prince wanted to help this boy. So he agreed to stay back for one more night. And further, the swallow asked Happy Prince if he should take another ruby stone to give it to the play writer. Now the prince said that it was very sad that he didn't have any more ruby stone with him. Happy Prince said that now he had his eyes, which were made of very precious and rare sapphire stones, which had been bought thousands of years ago from India. So Happy Prince told Swallow to take out one sapphire and give it to the boy. The swallow was very sad. Dear Prince, said the swallow, I cannot do that. And he began to weep. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, do as I command you. Now here the swallow was very sad to learn that the happy prince wanted to give his eyes so that the boy, and he started crying. He told happy prince that he could not do so. What the meaning of command here? That means order. But the happy prince ordered the swallow to do what he had told him to do. So finally the swallow took out one eye, one sapphire out of the prince's eyes. So the swallow picked out the prince's eyes and flew away to the young man's garret. It was easy enough to get in, as there was a hole in the roof. Through this he darted and came into the room. The young man had his head buried in his head, so he didn't hear the flutter of the bird's wings. And he looked up, he found the beautiful sapphire lying on the withered violet. After then, so finally the swallow took out one eye, one sapphire out of the happy prince's eyes, and flew to the young man's garret. There was a hole on the roof of the room. So the swallow entered the room through the hole. The boy was sitting with his head on his hand, and that's why he didn't hear the flutter of the bird's wings. When he looked up, he saw the sapphire stone lying on the dried flower. I am beginning to be appreciated, he cried. This is from some great admirer. Now I can finish my play. And he looked quite happy. The next day, the swallow flew down to the harbor. He sat on the mast of the large vessels and watched the sailor working. I am going to Egypt, cried the swallow. But nobody minded, and when the moon rose, he flew back to the happy prince. Now here, what's the meaning of appreciate? That means praise. To praise someone or admired. What the meaning of harbor? That means port. Vessels, that means ship. Minded, that means paid attention. When the boy saw the beautiful stone, he felt that some admirer, some person who praised him, had sent a gift for him. So he thought that with this he could now finish his play. After then, in the next morning, the swallow bird flew down to the harbor and sat on the mast of the ship. He spoke loudly that he was going to Egypt, and when it was night, he flew back to the happy prince. I have come to bid you goodbye, he cried. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Will you not stay with me one night longer? Swallow once again told the happy prince that it had to say goodbye. He was going to Egypt. And once again, happy prince requested Swallow to stay with him for one more night. Now, in this way, what happened in the next, we see in the next class. Till then, goodbye.